We were made aware of the audio between Tyreek and Crystal. We were made of this information in real time, just like the general public. We were deeply disturbed by what we heard. We were deeply concerned. Now, obviously, we have great concern for Crystal. We are greatly concerned for Tyreek, but our main focus and our main concern is with the young child. As soon as the draft concluded after the last pick, I had the chance to call Drew Rosenhaus, and we decided that at this time and for the foreseeable future, Tyreek Hill will not take part in any team activities. We are going to gather more information. We're going to evaluate this information, and we will make the right decision regarding Tyreek Hill.
That's Chiefs general manager Brett Veach after round one ended last night. They didn't have a pick in round one. He came out specifically to address the Tyreek Hill situation, took no questions, but said plenty. And, Chris, the audio, we caught wind of it an hour before it was released. I remember being very skeptical, like, is it going to be hard to hear? Is it going to be choppy? What's the quality going to be? Is it going to be clear that there's something being said by Tyreek Hill that is in any way incriminating? And if you haven't listened to the audio, we have a link to it at profootballtalk.com. All you have to do is listen to it one time. It's troubling. It's over the top. It is something that cries out for swift and immediate justice from the authorities and from a National Football League, Chris, that is committed to policing the private lives of its players. That is something the NFL decided years ago to do. And in a situation like this, the NFL needs to act swiftly. I know the timing is unfortunate because the draft is happening, but the league has to do something and the Chiefs have to do something. They've done something by telling him, don't come to offseason workouts. Brett Veach ended by saying they will make the right decision. In my mind, there is only one right decision by the Chiefs. That is to cut Tyreek Hill now, and there's only one right decision by the NFL. It is to banish him under the personal conduct policy for good. Chris, your thoughts?
Yeah, Mike, I can't really disagree with a whole lot. I mean, again, banish him forever. Okay, yeah. I mean, I guess I'm about there, too. I'm kind of flushing this out in my own brain as we go. He's kind of reached that level, certainly. I mean, come on, this audio recording, this was like movie gangster stuff, like hitman stuff. I don't know the way to really, paraphrase it or say it, but certainly troubling with a guy who, again, had a troubled history already where, you barely gave him the benefit of the doubt, or I didn't really give him the benefit of the doubt. I just thought, oh, gosh, maybe he was a young kid and emotions got the best of him and his fiancee, and who knows what happened. So here we are with a young child who has a broken arm, and then you hear some of the specifics about what the fiance says, and says the little boy, he doesn't respect you, he fears you, and things like that. All troubling. I can't ever root for Tyreek Hill again. Brett Veach, Andy Reid are stand-up human beings. I think you and I would both agree with that. People I really like just as people, and I would be shocked if they didn't end this arrangement between them and Tyreek Hill, and I'm with you. I don't know if Tyreek Hill ever plays it down in the NFL ever again.
Well, remember this, they cut Kareem Hunt in November after a video came to light showing him shoving and kicking a woman in a hallway of a Cleveland hotel back in February of 2018. And the reason they cut him is because he had lied to them. He had said, I didn't even go out of my apartment. I didn't walk out there. I didn't do anything. So I don't know what Tyreek Hill had told the Chiefs, but there was a statement issued yesterday from Tyreek Hill that he was cooperative with authorities. He didn't invoke his Fifth Amendment rights when he spoke to law enforcement about what happened to his son. And I can only surmise that he lied to them, right? Otherwise, charges would have been filed if he had told the truth about breaking his 3-year-old son's arm, which is what cries out from the audio conversation between him and Crystal Espinal. So the Chiefs, at a minimum, could easily get to the same spot they got to in late November with Kareem Hunt and say, this guy's lied to us. He's gone. He's not going to be here. And I call on them to do it immediately. And look, I'm fine with last night, the half step. He's not going to be at offseason workouts. Okay, good. We're going to make the right decision. I don't know what more information they need to gather, Chris, but whatever it is, gather it and then move on from Tyreek Hill. And just, look, again, I say go listen to the audio, but think about this. In one of the clips, Tyreek Hill and Crystal Espinal are arguing over whether or not the boy is terrified of Tyreek Hill or whether or not the boy respects Tyreek Hill.
Right.
Crystal Espinal continues to say he's terrified of you. And in the midst of this argument,
yes,
Tyreek Hill all of a sudden says, you need to be terrified of me too.
I'm with you.
That is chilling. That, for me, that was the moment. That's the moment where I say this guy's unfit to play in the NFL. And I know there's going to be people who say, hey, look, the guy deserves another chance. Well, it's not a second chance. It's a third chance because of what he did in college when he beat and choked Crystal Espinal and pleaded guilty to it. But anytime one of these guys gets a second chance, remember, there are only 1,696 jobs in the National Football League. Every time you give a guy a second chance, you are taking away the first chance of a guy who never did anything wrong. And we never point that out. And I'm going to start mentioning that anytime a guy starts getting himself in position for a second chance, you're going to be hurting another guy who never did anything close to what this guy has done.
Yeah, no, that's exactly right. You know, you've met a lot of players. You and I both know that the majority of the players in the NFL are great guys, really are. Great, you know, family men, community people, all of that. Tyreek Hill is not one of them, and he is one of the best players in the NFL, and I don't know how the NFL would stand for having a guy like this as being one of their best players in the NFL with the actions we've seen. Very troubling, and yes, Kansas City Chiefs need to cut ties with him.
Hi, I'm Mike Tirico, and thanks for watching. Make sure to hit subscribe for the latest news and highlights from NBC Sports.